Looks like we might be going. What's up, everybody? Ooh, that filter. Ooh, what is that filter on me? What in the world is going on with that? We got to remove that filter. What in the world is that? That's it looks like I put on Trump makeup here. Let's get the sound going.
Yeah, Mr. Reschenthaler. The gentleman from Utah, Mr. Moore. The gentlewoman from
This
Indiana,
roll call.
Mrs.
All right, we're good on that. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know how to turn off the filter actually. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get elevated. I didn't even get elevated for this one. What are you guys talking about? Breathing. Oh no. Oh, don't know. My daughter was sitting here on the mic. I've been on the mic. I don't know when the breathing was. I thought it was muted when I was on the mic. It was sitting. It turns like over here. I don't know if that was me or my daughter. One of us was breathing into the microphone. I apologize for that. Orange RTP. Yeah, how do I fix this? I got to get rid of that. How do I fix that? What is it? Gamma? What does gamma do? Well, that's like a normal color. There we go. All right, that's a more human color I've got going on my face now. That's good news. I forgot to get elevated. I might need, while they read the roll, I might need to go do that.
Minnesota, Ms. Klobuchar.
All right, they're reading the roll. I'm going to be right back.
Senator
That's a
from New
good
Jersey,
point. I need to
Mr.
do that.
Booker.
I'll be so
The
fast.
senator from Wisconsin, Ms. Baldwin.
The members of the escort committee will exit the chamber through the lobby doors.
Speaker, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
My wife loves this gray suit. I hate it, but I wear it because she'll see me on TV. I'm a blazer, man.
And we're about
Did I miss
10
anything?
minutes away from the president entering the chamber and
What's up, TikTok
beginning
chat?
his speech. Jasmine,
For those of you on TikTok, the action's better over on YouTube. I may miss a lot of your comments, so I apologize in advance.
I think one thing that I'm noticing is a difference between the way that
I had to run so far in order. I did run down, get it, run to the spot in the backyard, run back. I'm out of breath. I got to run more.
than it was. It's so much more kind of homeboy. These people know each other and they're kind of on the same side. It's just interesting to watch the differences, just a year.
would you call Harris and Johnson?
Just for anybody that's checking in, this is Trump addressing it's not a State of the Union. It's just Trump talking to Congress. And this is, I guess, his Supreme Court justices. All right. do they have their own walkout songs? Run more, elevate most. I do most of my exercise elevated. Look, for those of you over on TikTok, I've been here every day. I'm still doing my daily show every day. It's just the TikTok keeps banning me. And so I apologize. I haven't seen any of you. I've missed you dearly. But that's what happened. He's going to tell the world we're exiting NATO. Yeah, I think so too. That could happen. I mean, they're definitely pulling funding. He's here to announce universal health care. Yeah, Elon's here. I already saw Elon. Looks like he got a haircut. Somebody told him his hair was dog shit. By the way, if you're watching this on TikTok, I'm fairly certain that they will kill this live at some point. So just remember, we're also on YouTube and Twitch. So when TikTok inevitably kills this live for misinformation because Donald Trump speaks, you can head on over to the other apps. I appreciate you, Charles. Thank you so much. I'm drinking. Shouldn't tip, but I'm going to start drinking heavily. If you make any mistakes on the tips, you let me know, Charles. We'll reimburse them in the morning.
I mean, Justice Alito has been skipping this for quite a few years after, like sort of some of his
oh, sorry, Jen. Let me get
kind of mouthings kind of caught the cameras during one of Barack Obama's addresses. Thomas has also skipped quite a few lately. And it's not surprising to me because I do think that some people are feeling like that they don't have to be there. They've done this before. A lot of them have done this before.
How tall is JD Vance?
For people who have,
what's the height discrepancy between he and Mike Johnson?
Not necessarily as a protest by two of the Democratic-appointed justices, Brown Jackson and Sotomayor.
Oh, he's 6'2". Okay, he's sizable.
And you can see Justice.
All right, I didn't know JD Vance was 6'2".
Yeah, the Supreme Court is a very tight group.
JD gives off like 5'4" energy. He was not giving off 6'2" energy. They text shit 6'2" to get JD. What is that? Chael Sutton. That's one of my favorite trash talks. He says 6'2" and 185 pounds. Before I met you, I didn't know they could stack crap that high. It's a bummer to see Chael Sutton turn into MAGA. If any of you guys are UFC fans, it's not surprising. Nobody should be surprised that Chael Sutton is a fan of MAGA, but it's disappointing. I wish he would just sit it out. We don't need a whole lot of Chael Sutton. With a teeny weeny, about one couch cushion difference. Hold on, let me ask a couch. JD Vance is 3 little lads tall. Is that why his pants are never long enough? Tall enough to reach Trump's taint standing up. A lot of pink in the house tonight. I like that. He's traitor tall. He is a D-bag. Not a beanbag, that's true. Gel Sunnin. All right, I like that. I didn't hate that one. I didn't hate that at all. I like watching the TikTok reunion that we're having right now with everybody who's been on TikTok that thought we just disappeared, being bullied by the ones that know we went to YouTube. Wonder what the pink is for. Yeah, does anybody know? Let's see. I wonder. Pull this up. What is the pink for? It's probably on Twitter. What's this thing called? The Trump state, or not even state, Trump addresses. Pink jackets, Trump address. I don't even know what to look for. Is it Women's History Month? Is March Women's History Month? I can't keep track of any of that shit. I know February. That's pretty good. Gifts are for views to show appreciation. They're not a way to send you money or fundraise. Continue to ask for gifts inappropriately violates the. All right, gifts are going to get turned off by TikTok here soon, apparently.
It's a presidential address to Congress, is what it's called.
Okay. Do you see anything? I don't know what's going on with the pink. Have you seen anything? Who's this?
Say, and then.
Ah. Freaking, they brought the fullback. I don't see anything on it yet. Thanks for joining the Dollar Train, Stephanie.
So the reason why is pink is the color of power and protest.
Oh. All right.
All
I like that.
It's
Looks
a
like some
display
people didn't get the
defining
message.
against the president.
All right, I like that.
So that's
Somewhere a bunch of Republicans are calling it gay.
probably that would make sense.
It's like their best joke. Democrats, but I don't think you should put it past Democrats walking out. I don't know if we should put it past that. That guy looks grumpy as shit. Who's this guy? Oh, 14th Amendment, We the People.
Apologize for not recognizing that face. There are 62 new
Is that
members
the
of Congress.
Congresswoman from Hawaii?
Nearly 20% of the Congress is new. And so that's a lot of new members, and I'm not quite sure who that one was.
What is this?
Had
What
pretty
is
good batting
Captain America?
Yes, we have
That is a hell of an
I
outfit he
think
threw
more than
together
that.
there. Who's this?
And,
Anybody know?
Melania Trump, who was on Capitol Hill yesterday as well. Was that a surprise?
They got a
to
fan
you
blowing
down
her
at the
hair?
White House
Look at that. They
she came down. Here
her
comes
hair
Mrs.
blowing.
Trump.
Is that on purpose?
She's sitting with her guests. Greta gave us her guests earlier. They include some revenge porn victims, the Comparatory family that was the father was killed.
Oh, there's Matt Walsh and Ben
Butler,
Shapiro.
Pennsylvania.
God damn, Ben Shapiro's short.
So she's sitting with her guests there.
Lincoln Riley family is
That's
there.
right. That's right.
To answer your question, I wasn't surprised to see her. I mean, I think those were her first public remarks since Donald Trump took office.
If Trump gets hit with that breeze, he's in trouble. That hair's fucked if he gets hit with that breeze.
But I think that there's a real shift in energy, not just from the president, but also from her.
I don't know who
office,
that is in the white,
trying
but I've
to
seen
do
her a
things
bunch today.
Much differently this time around.
Yep.
Mr. Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
Jesus. This is kind of weird. I don't know if I've ever watched the beginning. I'm sure this is normal, but this is weird. Why do we do this? We got to be cooler than this, America. Katie says, thank you for doing this so we don't have to give them the ratings. You got it. I'm here for it. We're all suffering together. I'm sure it's typical, but it's weird, right? I'm not a fan of this.
Treasury Bissent. We saw there as well Attorney General Pam Bondi. Pete Hegseth was there. Mr. Lutnick.
Oh, there's
the
Andy
Commerce
Biggs.
Secretary, who we talked about a little bit earlier.
It's good to see Andy Biggs' old liver-spotted face just dipping in there every year. He comes right here, up in the top corner. Liver spots, liver spots, liver spots. Nothing Andy Biggs hates more than being at work and not out doing some shitty podcast or a photo op at the border. It's nothing he likes better than that. There's Pete Hegseth, just wondering where the bar's at. I got 4 tickets. If you ain't gonna use your tickets, can I get your tickets? Pete Hegseth. His suits are so stupid too. They're so goddamn cheesy. Did you know the inside's lined with the flag too? He says he never goes anywhere without wearing 3 flags on the suit. I got one in here, got one here, and I gotta open it up. We got another one, and guess what? We got one on the flag too, or on the belt too. We got flag everything. You take down them pants, you're gonna see Star Spangled Wiener too. Trying to get kicked off TikTok as soon as I can. Now the filler gang is here.
She is talking there with the, is that the congressman from New Jersey, Jeff?
Tim
that's
Burchett.
Tim Burchett from Tennessee.
There we go.
Why are we doing this? What is it, luncheon? We're gonna have full-ass conversations? Shake hands and go sit down. We got shit to do tonight, guys.
Secretary?
Secretary.
It is sort of odd to have something
Trump
like
better
this
come into
I mean,
YMCA.
there's so much.
I'm gonna be
we're paying
devastated
attention
if
to
he
the
doesn't.
fashion because of like some of the protests and so forth, having just done the Oscars 2 nights ago.
Isn't it against the flag code to wear it? Yeah, Tyler, they just don't give a shit about any of that, though.
Not quite the same.
But there is a lot.
They
more
don't give a
power.
single shit about
would
that.
simply say,
Thanks for subscribing, Unlawful Band.
Jason, Dick,
Welcome to the
that
party.
Nobody in the world cares what you are eyeing.
Except eyeing all the ladies you can take advantage of later. Yeah, there's Marge begging for it. Pete's
Last
like,
year,
nah.
Joe Biden took.
Yeah, make it
at least a
WrestleMania. I
half
agree with
hour
that. Could we
get
spice
out
up
of
the
the
entrance
chamber.
just a little bit?
It was
RFK looks like he got his face freshly stretched for today. Looks like he got rid of a few wrinkles.
Of mental decline, etc. And he worked that room for a half an hour. It's one of the most.
I bet she has a lot of really interesting things to say.
I've ever seen
Oh,
in
Melania.
politics.
Yeah.
And
Dems should stop wearing suits.
do we
Tank
expect
tops only.
President Trump to
Let's
do the
casual
same,
that
or-
shit up.
I don't know.
I don't know if
He likes to chat.
I don't know if President Trump will.
That
be
might just
there
be
as
RFK's
long.
face, though. That
I
and that
mean,
could be
in
from
that
years
span,
of
Joe
eating
Biden had,
like
two hot mic moments that
drinking
went
his
viral.
rat
I mean,
semen
he was there for
concoction or
forever. I
whatever
don't
he's
know if
doing
you
now to
expect
keep him
President Trump to
healthy.
be
I think he's
that long,
just
but the
liquid
reality
gold,
is
like
that, as I
liquefied
talked
gold.
to people close to him,
When I don't have it,
he
I just
is
swallow
enjoying
gold
this
coins.
moment. He's happy to be back in the White
I haven't
House.
shit for
He's
4
happy to have
months,
a party that
but I feel
responds
great.
to him, that respects him.
I'd show
and
up in
he's happy,
Crocs. That's
you
not a
know,
bad
back
idea.
to being the center of everything.
Some of them do have
So I think
WWE
you're going to
names.
see him,
I mean, Trump technically was a wrestler.
show that happiness,
He was in a
shaking
WrestleMania
hands with his
again. Who did he
friends,
wrestle?
shaking hands, potentially.
Well,
people
Vince
who don't
McMahon. Yeah, I
think
think he
very
wrestled
much
Vince
Democrats,
McMahon at a
you know,
WrestleMania.
kind of pushing them to say
So
something.
that's cool.
Potentially, he's kind of reveling in this moment.
There's old
that
Medicare
he
fraud
has
Tim
now that he's
Scott,
back in the White
Rick
House. So
Scott,
I think
excuse
he
me.
is
I don't know
going
if you
to be
guys
there
saw
all the time. Whether or not
Destiny
he's
got
there
banned
as
for a
long as
day
Joe Biden,
for
I think only time will tell, because Joe Biden-
advocating
I
something
remember being
bad for
there,
Rick Scott.
being, covering it last year. and
Bad
being
n-
like,
ba- bad
"Dang, can
idea."
you leave? I'm trying to go home. So.
Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame. What's up, Dream? How are you?
Your high school reunion
Yeah, it's like, wrap it up, Joe. So we'll see. We'll see.
This
what
guy's
comes
hair's
of
not
it.
bad though. Here,
Yeah,
this guy's
I
got
would
strong
guess, too,
hair.
that, like some of that is there's a little bit of wistfulness, like that Biden.
Presidency
was
bid should be
running for
checked via
re-election,
Royal
but
Rumble. I
would
like that
also
idea.
kind of
Get some
doubts he
younger
may
folks
have
in there.
about his own.
I don't know if any of you guys are UFC
half,
fans or like MMA
that-
fans. There was
this is like
there was a
beginning,
guy named
like,
Kimbo
it's sort of
Slice,
it
and
seems like
he was
been
like
in this
he was on
game
like
for a
street
while.
beefs. He just
Yeah,
did like street fights, and then they put him in the UFC. And he had like a kind of pseudo rival on the streets named Dada 5000. And way after they were past their prime, they scheduled a fight. I think it might have been like Bellator who put it on. And the fight ended when both of them just collapsed out of exhaustion, like a minute and a half into it was like like a round and a half in. They like nobody hit each other at the end. The final round, they just like they couldn't stand on their feet anymore. That's what this would have looked. That would have been Biden and Trump if they went in the Royal Rumble. Both of them would probably pee themselves. It wouldn't have been good. Yeah, we're gonna need younger.
Is he really? Did not know
That's
that. Did not.
I'd like to. If that were the case, I would want to see old Gus Higgins. Gus Higgins? Is that right? Gus. Is that his name? Why am I getting his name? Gus Higgins is Clay Higgins. Gus Higgins is like a Will Ferrell character. Who told me to get baked before we got going here? That was a bad idea. I'd like to see old Clay Higgins. Ain't a man alive that can lick me. I only fear Jesus Christ and my own sexuality. But ain't a man on this earth that can lick me.
We'll be speaking from Michigan, and we will bring that to you live, of course. And as always, after all that, we're going to get your reaction. We're going to get your reaction. Greta's going to be
The
here getting
C-SPAN crew
reaction
is
from members and some of the
spellbinding.
play out from the
I'm
speech,
spellbound.
etc. And before the
I don't know what
president
this guy.
comes in,
I don't know what
let's
this guy
check in
did,
one
but he
more
did
time.
one of two things. He either played an army captain on TV, or he was an army captain.
The economy. This is from Jake Sherman. Whatever they tariff us, we tariff them. Whatever
Froggy
they tax
Fresh
us,
Crispy
we
Froggy
tax
Fresh
them.
Krispy Kreme
And
impression.
if they
Yeah,
do
that's
non-monetary
basically
tariffs
what Clay
to us
Higgins
out of
is.
their
You just
market,
slow it
we
down.
do
Take it to like
non-monetary barriers to keep
half
them out
speed.
of our
And that's
market.
Clay
So
Higgins.
you can expect to hear some tough talk from the president tonight on that. That is
Jesus
ahead
Christ,
of
ain't got
the markets closing tonight.
anything better to
CNBC
do
headline, Dow tumbles
than look
down,
over a
loses
sinner
more than
like
1,300
me.
points in 2 days as Trump ignites.
Are we gonna play a drinking
trade war.
game or bingo? I don't know. Did anybody set up
You were
bingo?
talking exactly about that.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be incumbent upon the president to have the American people understand
Who
why,
gavels this shit in? Is it
he's putting in
JD?
place
Are they going to
these
fight over the
tariffs,
gavel?
that in a lot of ways have a negative connotation.
Any guess?
even
What do you guys
amongst
think he's
people
going to
within
announce
his own
tonight?
party. They're not necessarily one of those
Is the
kind of
humbling
more
the USA
conservative
needs? Yeah,
values.
it's humbling.
Something that even as lawmakers publicly say we are okay with giving Trump
Representative
latitude,
Froggy
for
Fresh.
tariffs. Certainly privately they're concerned.
Leaving
about them. They
NATO,
don't
you
like
think?
them. And so I think that he's
Elon's there. They showed him earlier.
Why. Of course, he says that tariffs are his fourth favorite word. In the
A new
dictionary.
Bitcoin, new. They're
I'm
gonna do a new meme coin launch. This is just a. We're calling it Congress meme coin.
I think that tariffs are gonna be a
Invest
hard
now. This one's
viewers
legit.
seeing a
Not like all our other
preview or
ones. This
joining
one
the
here.
session for the
This
first
one's
time.
legit.
On your screen,
Oh, let me get rid of the gift
Republicans
goal.
will be on the left,
Just hide that.
and the Democrats will be on the right, so you can always tell what the applause lines are by
The gold
which
card
side
meme
stands up,
coin.
and it
All right,
gets
I like
really
that.
It absolutely does. And
What else do we have?
I mean,
He's
another
going to
thing
ramble and
that
say
I'm
nothing.
looking
That's a
for
good
in
point.
addition
But does he
to
have a
some of
plan
the
for tonight? Or
policy
was he just
notes
like, what are
that
we
we're
doing
looking at,
Tuesday
is
night? I don't
just
got anything planned. Let's
what-
talk to Congress.
how the Democrats are going to approach things
Tariffs?
that
He
they
might announce
feel are a
tariffs.
winner for them. You know, whether it's the,
He's just going to be like,
whether it's
got you,
something,
bitches. We're doing
if Trump does talk about tariffs,
universal
he
health
does
care.
talk about, like, how
Bernie
great they
Sanders
are.
is in charge now.
We're seeing,
It was
again,
all a
this is
con.
Jasmine, the market does not like them. The Wall Street Journal editorial.
All the
page
Silicon Valley guys figured out how to
the-
trick us
this is,
into
you know, kind of across
getting
the board,
universal
the
health care.
economy,
That'd be
over and
cool.
over again,
I'd say
is
sorry.
obviously number one
They,
issue.
I don't know why they
People
don't do it.
worry
It would be
about. But
brilliant.
he's also gonna go for
Every
some
MAGA
race
would just go
issues,
with
you know,
them.
like trans,
If they just did the
transgender,
right
you know,
thing with
issues.
Donald Trump, he'd be the
How is
most
that gonna be?
like
You know, how is that gonna be? But how
popular president ever. We wouldn't even probably care that much he was owned by Russia.
President of the United States.
Who's that guy? All right, let's watch the hair. Oh, she was upstairs. That's why. Melania was upstairs. Oh. Oh, Melania. Smile. Smile. He's going to yell at Democrats. This is about to be, listen, I don't think this is going to go well. And look, Democrats on the news are going to get the heat for that. Who fucking cares? They can sit down if they want to sit down. Who cares? It's on tonight. This is going to be fireworks. This is not, this isn't going to go good. Guys, this is going to be bad. This is not going to go well. Oh, no. Was there a sign? Did I miss a sign? Did somebody hold up a sign? This isn't normal? I don't know if this is normal or not. I don't remember anything like this. But I've never watched it from the beginning. If this is normal, we should definitely change it. It should definitely not be normal. It's weird. We should change this if it's not normal. Oh, we got hats in there. I'm sure they're going to be upset. Is it Marge? Who put on a MAGA hat? Who has the MAGA hat on? Is it Marge? She's such an idiot. She's such a fucking idiot. God damn it. Federal crypto exchange incoming. Does JD have on his nighttime smoky and eye and collar for the Dom, Donald? I don't know. We're gonna have to see a close up and see how JD's eye makeup's looking. I turned off the volume. Sorry, I know it was a little loud. I'm sorry. It is not the State of the Union. It's Trump addressing Congress. Nobody really knows why. There's the Supreme Court justices. Hey, guys, appreciate all those real favorable rulings you've been giving me lately. You got it. Yeah, literally whatever you want to do. I appreciate the immunity. Thank you so much for saying I can't commit crimes. That's great. Very white group of men right there. It is a very white group of men right there. He's going to announce that Arlington National Cemetery is going to be NFTs going forward. They're chanting USA now. This is so stupid. USA, USA. So stupid. Ah, fuck, he's got a binder. That's not good. Somebody tell me one thing they're excited about. We've been cutting jobs like a motherfucker. It's been going great. We've been cutting jobs. We're making sure people can't vote. We ditched all our allies. This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted it so much.
Thank you.
This is all we ever wanted. We're owning the libs so much right now. Matt Walsh. Good Lord, Riley Gaines. Fix those eyes.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you very much.
Riley Gaines just became a meme.
It's a great honor. Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States.
Are people catcalling her? Did somebody just whistle?
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Jesus. This whole fucking thing is just going to be clapping. Where'd we go, Donald? Where were we? We're back. We're firing these motherfuckers everywhere we go. Nobody's safe. Let's chant some more.
Six weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We've accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations
The whole thing.
accomplished in 4 years.
Yeah, knew that was
8
coming.
years, and we are just getting started.
That's more. They've passed 0 bills. Like half of their executive orders have been struck down by the courts. This guy's shit's been ruled unconstitutional like multiple times. They have literally done nothing. And they're like, this is the most anybody has ever accomplished. 0 things. You guys haven't done anything yet.
That America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
Oh, yeah? It is? It is?
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything.
Yeah, nobody's ever seen a world power become a world power, like the number one power.
The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
We won the popular vote by the smallest numbers in the last how many elections? Got it. Sorry, I missed it. Shit, sorry, that's my bad.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
J.D. Vance is fucking seething. Look at him. You do not disrespect daddy like that.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Yeah. Yay! We get to arrest people. Do it. Go for it. This is smart. Honestly, it's smart.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
That's right. Watch the Republicans throw somebody out. Good. Watch him cheer while somebody gets thrown out. Good. A man with a cane. These are children. These are absolute children.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
It took the wind out of the sails a little bit there, didn't it? You want to ignore the Constitution and ram your shit through? Democrats could do their shit too.
That the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
That's so stupid.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it.
What
Within
list?
hours
That's just
of
a made-up
taking
thing.
the
You just
oath of office, I declared
made
a
that up.
national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
And the lowest before that was the month before he took office, I believe, right? Joe Biden fixed it, and now I'm taking credit for it. And these morons are clapping. Where, Melania, on your feet.
Chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month. And virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released
It's a grown-up.
into our country.
He was
Who
the
would want
worst
to do
president
that?
in American history.
This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy, or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've...
This is very reminiscent of a speech that Hitler gave, where he sat in front of members of Congress and he pointed to everybody who didn't agree with him and called them traitors. And that began the power grab. This is very reminiscent.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Stand up and clap for me. It's not a
Every day
win.
my administration,
He just told them, you will stand up and clap for me.
America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
I dare somebody to explain me why that's good.
New scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
And setting us back and moving us backwards. When every other country is moving towards making better electric vehicles and renewable energy, Donald Trump came in for his oil buddies and killed that.
Our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated.
That's
just like I
moronic.
did in my very successful.
It's fucking moronic. It is. Like, if you're going to do that, what if you don't have 10 that need to be cut? What if there's 10 regulations in that area you don't need to cut? Now are you just going to cut regulations just to cut regulations? This is brain dead, mush brain politics.
It's like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
Oh, good. Firing more people. Stand up and clap for that. There we go. There you go. There's the Republicans standing up. That's a standing ovation for we're going to fire people if you don't come into work so that we can watch you every step of the day.
A sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
Yeah, you lost every time you went to court, and then these dumb fucks voted for you anyways. That's how it went. You didn't win. You lost every single time.
Government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
I mean, we've heard all this shit before. They're just... Are Republicans not sick of, like, the rerun? It's just a fucking rerun. Every time he opens his mouth, it's a rerun from the campaign trail. They're not doing anything. I didn't miss anything there. That's another campaign trail promise right there. We're not missing a goddamn thing. He's just saying shit that he didn't do and pretending that everything's great.
The Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. This is the dumbest shit.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
Literally nobody fucking cares about that. Nobody. Nobody wanted that to happen. Nobody cares.
The tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer. We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller,
You just must be white.
and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
That's what DEI, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was so that you got hired based on your merit, not your gender or ethnicity.
And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're not supposed to do that.
We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Which, of course, scientifically just isn't true, right? Of course, there are not only two genders, just scientifically. So now he's saying, we didn't like that pesky science, and so we're going back to when we didn't know that science.
Also signed
Standing
an
ovation.
executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
There's nothing they think about more than trans people. Not one. Matt Walsh just got in. Look at what is going on with her eyes. What is
Was an
going
all-star
on?
high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side, and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Cool. Cool. Now, nearly a dozen people will be affected by this. Good Lord. Cool. I don't think it's the winning. I mean, this is just the campaign. This guy has no fucking clue how to govern. He does. None of them know anything. They're just like, the campaign makes us feel good. Let's go do another campaign speech.
Just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women.
In a marathon?
And it's
How
very bad
long
for
does
our
it take
country.
to run a
We're
marathon?
not going to put up with it any longer.
Listen, I just have to say, I don't think the difference in winning times in a marathon is between the men and the women are 5 hours. Can somebody find the winning times of the New York Marathon from the male division and the female division? It's not. Jen, can you find that? I'm certain it's not 5 hours.
Sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen.
What's common sense? Define it for us, please, so we can figure out what the fuck not to go back to.
Priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare.
Oh.
Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it.
Yeah, bro just unilaterally ran up grocery prices today. Today, he just did it all by himself, and he's like, we've never seen anything like it.
To reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Yeah, please. That would be great. It'd be great if you could do that. But but all his things, everything he does keeps raising the prices. What are these idiots standing for? Yeah, we do want it cheaper. I agree with that. But could you?
Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control.
Oh, we got another heckler, I think.
The egg price is out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job.
He's like, what do you want me to do?
A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut.
All right, the difference in time between the men and the women, it was what's that? 13, 7. It's like 17 minutes.
Power plants. We are opening up many.
Nearly
of those
5 hours.
Power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency.
What did it do? What did that do for us?
As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
They're just standing. It's just a campaign. What are you doing? When are you going to do something, dude? When are you guys going to do any of this shit?
Also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten.
What?
I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Rare earths. The rarest of the earths. We're about to dig up some shit, guys. I can't figure out any answers to fix this economy, so we're just going to start digging and hope we find some shit. That'll fix it.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
How? Can you just tell us how? You guys haven't passed a bill. You're not doing anything.
Created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, GOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
No ketamine tonight, Elon, they
Which
said.
is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for
$22 billion. We were spending $22 billion from HHS to house illegal immigrants.
the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central
They're
America.
laughing.
$60
They're
million.
collectively laughing at how dumb they are. Nobody's ever heard of these very real. They're laughing. No, you're just all dumb.
This is real.
It's not real.
$32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova.
Doing what?
$10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion.
Mike Johnson going, I can't believe it. You passed the bill, bitch. It was you. Why are you surprised by this? You passed it. You were in Congress. Why are you back there like, I can't believe they did this? It was you.
Moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Oh, here's the lie about Stacey Abrams now.
A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation.
Vegan? Was that a vegan? I don't eat meat. I'm a vegan. This bitch can't
behavior
read.
Change in Uganda.
Uganda.
$14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning.
Asia's doing very
what we're
well with
doing.
learning.
Should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education.
Ooh, got
the
that
most
one.
ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about that.
Yeah, he
They're
was
so
keeping it cool, guys. He left out the stuff that's not appropriate.
exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, stand up. Why are you standing up? Why are you standing up? Why did he stand up? I want more of this applause, please. I need to stand up. Sit down. You sit
To fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and
$500 billion of fraud. I'm going to call bullshit.
program for our seniors and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old.
Oh, no. He doesn't know. Nobody told him.
It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know.
Who the
any of
fuck
them.
is
I know
writing
some
this?
people that are rather elder.
They've corrected this a million times. Why is he still saying this?
People from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people.
None of these people are receiving benefits. Just so we're clear, like what he's saying right now is like those people exist. They do have a record of those people, but they're not receiving money. This is just crazy. I don't know. I can't believe he's still saying it.
And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck.
What are you talking about?
You're
Search
going to
for gold?
find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old.
150 to
We have a
159 is
healthier
not
country than
over.
I thought, Bobby.
Yeah, if any of that was true, that would be cool. I'm landing jokes on lies. That's how bad these people are. They have no idea that none of that's true.
1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going.
We
And
did.
It's not going to be pretty. But
We did find out, and it's not going anywhere.
we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
How? Yeah, that sounds cool. How? Just for any Republicans here, I do see some of my normal haters that I forgot about on TikTok, the miserable little bitches that just show up and complain. Tell me how. Just tell me how, when, how, what are we doing?
Beautiful drop, big beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're definitely going to balance the budget. And we just saw that. Why are they clapping? Every one of these guys just saw the tax bill. They just looked at it, and best case scenario, it inflates the deficit by $1 trillion. They all. Why are they cheering?
What we are calling the gold card, which goes on sale very, very soon.
Ooh.
For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but
dumber.
Better and more sophisticated. And
It's actually exactly the same, except for it costs $5 million.
pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for
What?
a company out there. So while we
What is
take
he
out
talking about?
the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who were allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration.
Whoa! We took a hard left. That was the worst transition in the history of transitions. We went hard left from we're going to bring in people to make jobs from colleges, not criminals.
Debt with that money.
He might have wrote his own speech. This is tough.
Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get.
It's a weird thing to point at Democrats for, by the way. Congress does that. See how see how gross this is. I mean, I know Republicans, this works for you because you guys are fucking idiots, and so you're like, oh, it's a all bad things are Democrats, all good things are Republicans. But like, this is decades of spending.
Again. And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
When were the unelected bureaucrats ruling? Just out of curiosity, when was that? They're pointing at the bureaucrats. They're pointing at Elon. They're all pointing at Elon.
The greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
The same group that 3 minutes ago stood up for balanced budget are now applauding a tax bill that will explode the deficit. How? How do they clap for both?
We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Yeah, let's cut more revenue. There we go. Hell yeah, let's cut more revenue. Just keep cutting revenue. Yeah, we're never getting to a balanced budget. We're just fucking cutting everywhere. Cut, cut, cut.
And I also want to make...
And that won't make it into the bill.
Car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
Car loans? Tax deductible? Is that a preemptive auto bailout?
Growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever
We're
seen.
bailing out
Plants are
the
opening
auto
up all over the place.
manufacturers
Deals
now?
are being made. Never seen that.
But what the fuck is going on? We're preemptively bailing out the auto manufacturers? Are you out of your... What the fuck is happening with the Republicans?
It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America.
Who?
With Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's not building Hondas in Indiana. What's he talking? Who are the 3 auto manufacturers that said they're going to build in America now?
Great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country.
It won't.
In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country.
This
First
doesn't
term.
make this
We had a
honestly
great
like
first
this
term.
makes absolutely no sense. I don't think he can do any of this, but if he did, it would immediately bankrupt our country.
Under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Allie, for the super chat. Looks like a pickle and 2 balls sitting there. Charles said, crazy shit. I'm going to keep listening, but I'm going to play Hogwarts Legacy. Good choice. Dreamliner says, I want no tax on chickens. Thanks for the super chat, saying he's baked. I think that was about Elon. Hopefully not about me. Can Jay please debate MAG on Trump's comments after it's over? Maybe on somebody else's live, not on my own. I can't turn on guests on this.
This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd,
It never was.
I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day.
I'm going to guess April 2nd.
That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us,
This is the dumbest shit.
we will tax them.
Hey, I hope you like your grocery prices double. I hope you like paying double for everything. Even the Republicans know this is crazy.
Out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China, and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
Republicans are running out of steam. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies.
I see. I'm disappointed the Dems aren't filibustering this. They should be trying to. I don't know. I think being quiet might be the right move. This is. I don't think Republicans believe this. I don't think they believe this is so far fetched.
Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election
Are they
and our
counting
economic
crypto?
policies
Are they counting crypto in that? Where are they getting that number?
in the world announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won.
That's fine.
Apple
What do we need it for?
announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be
That
building
didn't
their
happen.
plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA.
I just want to be clear. Almost none of that helps anybody. Even if all of that were true, it doesn't fix any of this shit. Not one bit of this shit gets fixed by that. Just so we're clear.
We give hundreds of billions of dollars.
But yeah, that's part of the Chips and Science Act. That's a Biden accomplishment. But even if all of that stuff gets put into place, it doesn't fix all the tax cuts he just said we wanted to put in.
The building and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people. And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act. And whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt.
Oh, yeah, there'll be
any other
leftover.
reason you want to.
Leftover from what? Why are they clapping? Leftover from what? If there's any leftover, what? What are we talking about? We don't own the profits.
Trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer.
They don't love you so much right now.
Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're
He lost
uninspected.
it. Guys, he lost the
They
plot.
may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me. And
You paid out $80 billion. That's I know math. It got $50 billion in purchases. You had to pay out an $80 billion bailout. That's what happened last time.
dollars of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen.
This dude has lost his goddamn mind. He is a fucking idiot.
Also imposed a
Have
25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel.
Oh boy, was asleep right there.
Don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things. We don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. Has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff.
Wait, but what does that have to do? What does that have to do with the steel company? Just out of curiosity, why is he? That's the worst intro ever. I mean, cool.
Thank you, Jeff.
Cool, but was that? Who cares, right?
About protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
But
it won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much.
Nice trash talk right there. Yeah, well, look where Biden took us to very low. Lowest we've been.
A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of
That's,
the United
that's bad shit talk. That is bad shit talk. I don't care about Melania Trump. That is just. I might be more upset at his ability to form a comeback. That was horrific. You're not okay with people feeling pain in their pocketbooks? Well, look what Joe Biden took us. Nice.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by two impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry.
Oh, that should be great. In this, you're getting rid of the Department of Education.
By a peer.
No, I hope she doesn't ever want to have a teachers union or a job because they're getting rid of the Department of Education. That's crazy.
Thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
John Thune, thank you.
You're welcome.
Stand up, John. Thank you, John.
They can't even get, like, usually the people that you bring as like your special guest, there's a story. There's no stories with any of these guests. That guy worked for a steel company and has children, and she wants to be a teacher. So, pretty good.
Of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law.
Holding in a
Thank
fart,
you.
John Thune.
And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years,
Holy
21
Christ.
million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals
Why is he
from the
pointing at
streets of
Democrats there?
dangerous
Why is he pointing at Democrats there?
cities all throughout the world because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies. They are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
No, you're not. You are at a historic slow pace of getting people out of this country. When you look at deportations, we are way behind where you want to be. Historic lows.
I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE.
They're doing a terrible job.
Law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to.
Unless they work at the Capitol, in which case, fuck them, right? But yeah, but ICE is doing a terrible job. If you're judging them on what they were asked to do, they're doing a bad job. But if you're judging them a different way, maybe they're doing great.
Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrific.
He says millions and billions like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. I'm going to mute this because Laken Riley's family, I've been told, doesn't want her used as a prop anymore. So I'm not going to allow the president to use her as a prop on this stream. Ali said, oh, I got that one already. Yeah. I guess maybe they're here. I'm tired of demonizing all immigrants, though, for what happened to Laken Riley. Or is it Molly Tibbetts is the one? I might have the person mixed up. Either way, I don't really care. I'm tired of them demonizing people who weren't involved in this. Sorry for their loss. That's terrible. Oh, the dad. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's the dad that doesn't want to. The mom's still cool with it. Oh, did the Democrats just clap? Trump, you going to bring that up?
Last year, I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Laken-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley. Thank
Jamar says dicks. Just I was waiting for that to be done so I could say that.
you. Has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Joe Biden, getting that done for us. Thank you very much. And those deportations are coming along slowly, aren't they, Mr. Trump?
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Yeah. Yeah, it was being fixed. They did all the work. All it took for Republicans to give a shit about doing something about the border was just a new president. They sat on their hands forever. They sat on their hands all of last year and didn't do a goddamn thing because they were all ready for they just wanted this guy. They just love him so much.
Over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under.
Yeah, we're not going to do that either. This got to be a political call. Let's see. What do you think? Maybe a political call? I'm not going to let him lie about immigrants in Aurora and Springfield. Fuck you. How you guys feeling tonight? We feel good about what Trump's saying? This is so stupid. He's the dumbest human ever to occupy this office. It's embarrassing. It's honestly so embarrassing. Look at these. Look at this. I mean, everybody he's got around him is just an absolute idiot. Tom Homan's an absolute moron.
Alexis Nungari from Houston, wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged.
Why the fuck are we talking about this? This is sick. It's honestly, I don't know, like this kind of like violence porn that the right loves. Also that they can demonize immigrants. That's the whole point of this. Like this girl is being used, her horrific moments, like the worst thing, as a parent, the worst thing imaginable. And it's being used as a prop. And yeah, maybe she doesn't care. And that's fine. If she's happy with this, great. But this kind of like violence porn for them so that they can demonize immigrants. It's old. It's just getting old. I'm tired of doing it. They love it. Now I have a reason to hate immigrants. Now it's not like before I didn't really have such a good reason. I just didn't want to admit to myself that like I'm racist, but now I've got a reason. And again, I'll just say it like for our State of the Union, next time we have a State of the Union, why don't we just read off all the Christian conservative pastors who abuse children? Let's just go one by one. We'll talk about each of those cases individually, and we'll bring the victims of the Christian pastors. Maybe we ought to actually do that. Maybe that's a real move. And we'll talk about like how we need to deport white Christian conservative pastors. I don't know what this is. Oh, he's showing his bill? This is so weird.
Thank you very much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
This is nothing. Standing ovation for nothing. None of this does anything. Standing ovation.
In the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
Yeah, we're going to use his experience as a way to demonize immigrants now, too. We're not going to play with that. Trudy says just vile. Charles said embarrassing. Yeah, like this is just like racist revenge porn. This is so gross. It's embarrassing. Like, and I feel for I actually kind of wind up feeling for these people, because it must be nice to hear the president acknowledge what you're doing. Like, as somebody, if you like him or if you're indifferent, it must be nice to hear the president say nice things about you. What sucks is not knowing that he's using this. Like, this is just a tool of hate. They show Americans like, what heroes? Please make sure you keep hating immigrants. It's very important that you hate immigrants when we're done tonight. It's very important that you recognize immigrants as the bad guy after tonight. And again, I feel for these people, because it is quite an honor. Anytime you are mentioned in a presidential address like this and you're brought as a guest, that would be an incredible honor. And it's just a fucking shame that they use it in order to make other people feel less than human, or be viewed as less than human, is a way to go after, hardworking men and women who just want to be here and be with their families. That's what I hate about all of this. And I think that that's what America is hopefully one day going to wake up and realize, that we use these type of stories. We use people in their worst moments, in the times that are hardest for them, and we use them to score political points. And I know, I think we do the same thing sometimes when it comes to school shootings. I think it's the same thing. But it's just gross when we do this. And on every level, it's gross to take a victim and bring them up and use them as a political pawn. In every instance, it's wrong.
They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Yeah, war. Ooh, yeah, more violence. That's when remember when we were talking about all the other stuff and you could barely get the GOP off their ass, but now we're back to talking about locking up immigrants and they're pumped again. We didn't really care about the taxes or the spending so much, but we're locking up immigrants? Count me in.
Handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever.
They want to make us happy.
Weird. We need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it.
We already did that one. We've already done this part of the speech. Why is it on here twice?
Laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it.
That's not funny. Why is J.D. Vance laughing at that? That's not funny. I'll sign it so fast you won't believe it. Hilarious. Standing ovation. I don't know.
Sovereignty.
I'd be interested in some of the more level-headed Republicans. I'd love to be in their head tonight. You know that there's plenty of them. They're like, what the fuck? What is going on? This is, you know, some of them aren't with this. There's got to be some that aren't with it. I have to believe that.
Our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi, good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash.
Bitch ass Cash. Bitch ass Cash. Bitch ass Cash. Our FBI director is a bitch.
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job.
Yeah, they started so strong, they released a completely redacted, already released version of the Epstein list, and they can't figure out where the rest of the shit went. It started a real strong start for those two.
A hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have.
Oh yeah, that's the most important. There's the. Our firemen are amazing. Our firemen and firewomen are amazing. Everybody in the GOP sits down, and they voted for me. Fuck yeah! Standing ovation. The ovation was that they voted for him. Just to be clear on that, there was no standing ovation for their service. It was because they voted for him. That's what got the standing ovation in this goddamn forsaken cult. Oh, here's another victim. Let's see what we got.
The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one.
Not doing it. Not doing more like not doing more arrest porn for this group of people. It's like, are there any Republicans here? Are you guys the same? Is this how you are too? Like you only get the only parts you get excited is like when they talk about trans people or like rounding up immigrants. Because Republican Congress seems to really only care about two things: trans people being banned from playing sports and rounding up immigrants. Like, are you guys all the same? That's how you feel too? You guys just feel like all you really want is to attack marginalized communities? Is that the idea? Stex is watching with a stiffy. Everybody, here it comes. Here comes the YouTube chat. Everybody knows what to do when Tex is mentioned.
To get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, so we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests.
That's sweet. Stansbury from New Mexico is holding up a sign that says, "This is not normal." I love that. Just vile, Trudy said. I got that one, I think.
Out of here. I've already signed
Thanks,
an
Owen, for the
executive
super
order
chat.
requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Appreciate that. Elizabeth said, thanks for the stream. Could not watch this without Jay's comments. Same. I don't think I could watch it without you guys. I would have turned it off by now. And I certainly would have, I would be far more elevated than I am currently. Are we done with that? They're just they're literally just going over like one by one. It's like one topic, then another, then some more like arrest porn.
Fear of their lives being totally.
Jesus Christ, we're still going with that? How much longer? How much longer do we have to talk about this? What about the police that murder? Oh, that's fine, Diane. They don't care about that.
He loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
I hope he doesn't get a job at the Capitol. Oh, that was the dude in the... Bro, what the fuck? He's brought a kid in a costume? Hey, there's a kid here in a costume. He wants to be a police officer someday. I hope he doesn't see the footage from January 6th. I hope he doesn't worry about that. I hope he doesn't find out about all the people we just hired or fired from the FBI because they didn't vote for me. Hope he doesn't ever see that shit.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to
Yeah,
make
it's a good point. He just cut like hundreds of millions of dollars in cancer research. Sorry, DJ. Hope it doesn't come back.
number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck are we doing? What? They already had a bash. What is this? Bro, what? Poor kid, he thinks he's probably a real cop. He's like, fuck, man, we're doing this. This is so weird.
Thank you, DJ.
I am going to say, I doubt he has the qualifications to be a Secret Service agent. I doubt that a little bit.
He was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%.
Well, thank God we cut that
Reversing
funding.
this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our...
Now, this is sick. This is actually sick. Because what they're doing now is they're going... I just finally figured out what they're doing. They're going over all the shit that they've cut. And they're giving examples of people that would benefit. And then they're going to say, look, we obviously care about cancer research. Didn't you see the kid whose dream was to become a police officer who we made a Secret Service agent? Obviously, we care about cancer. And that's how they're going to get Republicans not to talk about the fact that they're cutting cancer research all over the country. Just watch. Just wait for your debates. When you bring up cancer research, they're going to bring up this kid.
Out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10...
That's a good point, Rochambeau.
1 in 10,000.
That's a really good point. That like actually deregulating also leads to more cancer. So it's not just their policy when it comes to cutting cancer research. It's also their policies on drill baby drill and on fracking and on coal mining. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you.
I haven't seen Cheryl around a lot since the election. Nah, Junior, I just don't like dumbasses running the country. I like America. I wish we didn't have morons running it.
January, Little John and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly, socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns.
Oh, no.
They, them.
No, not they, them.
All without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child.
Shut the fuck up. January Littlejohn. Let's look up January Littlejohn. Nice. First of all, your name. My daughter didn't trust us enough to tell us that she felt transgender, so they let her use different pronouns at school. Oh no. Yeah, I know. All right, let's see. To the person who does, let's see. I don't know what they're talking about.
I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
The way it was put out is President Donald Trump will host a mother who saved her daughter from gender ideology as his guest. This brave mother saved her daughter from gender ideology. Jesus Christ.
Never ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
Yeah, nobody says that, you dumb bitch. That's just what it's only what Republicans say. Nobody ever talks about being transgender being stuck in the wrong body. That's just what morons who can't figure out how basic biology works. That's how they say it. They're you're stuck in the wrong body. Nobody says it that way. Every time Republicans make an argument against transgender people, they have to straw man the opposite argument so that what they say doesn't sound as stupid as it is. They always have to dumb down the other argument to match their level of stupidity.
Our society, we don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be active.
Guys, I'm really sorry that we talked about acceptance and diversity.
We'll fight for our country. And Pete,
What?
congratulations. Secretary of Defense,
What? We're only doing what now? No more diversity. No more wokeness. What? Thanks
And
for the
he's
super
not
chat
big
owned.
into the woke movement, I can tell you.
Yeah,
I know
no
him well.
shit. Yeah, he's a white nationalist. Yeah, no shit. He doesn't like woke at all. He's so against
I am
woke that he won't let anybody around him who isn't a white nationalist. It's crazy. Not even women.
All armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference. And you know,
We've never recruited more Nazis than we are right now. This is our best Nazi recruiting month we've ever had.
we couldn't recruit.
Charles can't
anywhere.
believe this shit.
We couldn't recruit. Now we're having
FOD says, here comes the cut to the Department of Ed. I guess we missed that. Trudy, this motherfucker has no morals. No, he
people love
doesn't.
our country again. It's very simple. They love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school,
Yeah, good
a
point,
six-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Cool. Cool. Great news, bud. Great news. It's going to be a very non-diverse group of people at West Point. It's getting less diverse. I hope you like that. I hope you're in for that. Again, I don't know why this person was invited. Cool. Buzz. That's Buzz from Home Alone. I was thinking Sid from Toy Story. What'd they just say, that they're giving him free school? Are they handing out scholarships? I don't want to pay for other people's education. Z-Pack, I'm going to mute shit. I don't care.
To be on the long
I love
gray
you.
line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland.
A
All made
Golden
in the
Dome?
USA.
How would it be golden? It's invisible. What's a golden dome? What is he talking about?
And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible.
Now we know why they want the gold in Fort
and
Knox.
other places they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right, Tim, right?
It's kind of a big country, dude.
Very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect.
First of all, it's not possible. Second of all, how the fuck would we pay for it? We're going to have free vending machines in every classroom. It's going to be free. You just push the button. It's free.
For that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon.
Let's bring back horse and buggy,
We'll have
too.
a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
Wait. Reclaiming?
Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal.
Oh, guess who brought the fucking Panama? Guess who bought the fucking ports? I missed this today. Guess who bought the fucking ports? I'll give you one goddamn guess. BlackRock. BlackRock bought the ports. You want to see? Cool. Cool. Drain that swamp.
If you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Uh-oh, it's BlackRock? He's up here, State of the Union, bragging about BlackRock buying up ports at the Panama Canal so that we can control it. Who's going to control it, us or BlackRock?
We know who to blame if anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Well, Marco's been amazing. And
Yeah,
he's
he's
going to
get the blame.
Think of it. He got 100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes. And I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, see how we don't just vote everything down? If you don't put up like an absolute psycho, he gets voted through. That's all it took. Just don't be an absolute psycho.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland.
Oh, Lord.
We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe.
One way or the other?
We will
What's
make
the
you
other?
rich and together.
One way would be them saying, yeah, we want to join. What's the other? Just out of curiosity.
Population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps
yeah,
the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Who is it?
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent.
Well, Putin says he saw his chance when October 7th happened. So if you want to check with Putin, he thinks it's a different reason.
The phone, we had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Which was a really nice way to like set up October 7th and set up this whole deal. The Abraham Accords was not a peace agreement. It was not historic in any nature other than historically it will be remembered as a bunch of countries coming together to say, yeah, we're just gonna let an atrocity happen. That's what the Abraham Accords. There's nothing peaceful about it. War broke out right after.
In the Middle East, people have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end
Did Bernie
in
walk
sight.
out? That's good.
The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything.
All right, turn around and check out the Speaker of the House behind you. He signed that shit. And they didn't attach a border bill to it.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes. $2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans. but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps 350.
Sorry, something more important came up. Real quick. And anybody who's upset about this, I don't care. Something more important came up.
He's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't. You know, we showed up. And if he had some sense, then maybe we would have been about that life. But y'all know he ain't got no sense. So please give some love. This took a little bit of coordinating to do for sure. We got some cool shirts.
On the back of those shirts, it said resist. So just wanted to pause the bullshit for a second to show people doing some real shit.
Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty.
That's how you have to talk to him. You have to literally kiss his ass to get him to do anything. And it works every time.
At any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter. Just got it a
Horse
little
and
while
buggies
ago.
still here in Amish country.
Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received.
How come the Russia discussions are never televised? How come we never get any public view into Trump discussing things with Vladimir Putin? How come we've never seen Donald Trump confront Vladimir Putin? How come we've never seen J.D. Vance confront Vladimir Putin? How come none of these people ever confront Vladimir Putin, but they will talk shit about Zelensky all day long? This right here. See my mouse? Pussy, pussy, pussy. That's why. Because they're terrified of Vladimir Putin.
Madness. It's time to halt the killing.
Sorry for the P word.
It's time to end the senseless
Trying to use
war.
it less.
If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Yeah, except for you didn't, though, because you were also president before, so you also didn't bring him home once. So just to be clear. You could have while you were president before, right? By the way, just so we're clear, the United States was negotiating a ceasefire with Ukraine or an end to the war. And Russia is giving us people back, but continuing to bomb Ukraine. That's how good of a negotiator Donald Trump is. Donald Trump, in trying to end world peace, start some world peace, instead he got a prisoner back. And nothing for Ukraine.
As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years.
Yeah, he's literally ending world peace.
I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally.
Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about you being a victim again some more, Mr. Trump. How many more? I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm sorry, buddy. Get over it. Can we get back to governing? How much longer we got to do this shit? How long are we in? 8:50. Jesus Christ. An hour and 50 minutes and we've had to watch this shit.
Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang.
I don't care. Don't care, dude. We've heard this story before. How much longer is he going to do this? We're almost to 2 hours now. It's all he's done. He's just complained. Everything is so bad for me. Fuck immigrants, fuck trans people, back to me being a victim. Fuck immigrants, fuck trans people, back to me being a victim. Oh, and by the way, we love you, Vladimir Putin, but we don't love you, Volodymyr Zelensky. Got it. We get it.
When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was.
Yeah. Now he's talking about the comparatories. I'm so done with this shit. I'm so done with Trump. They don't look happy. Let's see what they're having.
You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters.
I do want to point out, JR, I don't have a lot of respect for everybody. It's not why I'm divorced, but it is why I think you're a little bitch, because I just don't have a lot of respect. But if you want to ever talk about my divorce, you could DM me. We can talk all about it. A lot of Ukrainian ties.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful.
Chrissy said, I made my first TikTok today calling for transparency with discussion with Putin, just as they did with Zelensky. Probably won't get much traction. I'm new. Yeah, we'll never get that because Trump's afraid of Putin.
Example of the selfless devotion.
There's just not a scenario where Donald Trump would talk the way that he talked to Zelensky, to Putin. There's just not. He's so clearly a Russian asset. He's so clearly bought and paid for by Putin. And the only reason Republicans don't believe it is they don't want to believe that they're as dumb as they are. They don't want to believe how obviously they were duped. And so we're just going to have to deal with it till he dies. No, he's not done yet. I thought an hour 15 tops. I didn't know we were going to do 2 hours.
Lexington and Concord, to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon. Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our
Tired
freedom.
of it too.
And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people.
It didn't feel like that.
Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent.
I like what he reads.
They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world.
No, bad news, dog. The fascists are doing really well right now. The fascists are doing really well.
Shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. these workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities, these warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights,
Not
and for
you,
our
though.
freedom.
You had bone spurs, though. But your Vietnam was not getting STDs, right? That was your Vietnam, you said.
And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to...
Yeah, I didn't serve, but either did he, Chris. That's the difference. I'm not a dumb bitch. I don't talk about how brave I am. Okay, I don't talk about how tough I am, and I also didn't dodge a draft. I wouldn't have dodged a draft. I would have went to a draft. But this guy that you guys love so much, is such a sniveling, cowardly little bitch that he had to fake bone spurs so he didn't get drafted. And then he had the audacity to say things like, not getting STDs. Like this, there's never been a more fragile, like small man. And you guys love him because you identify that fragility and that smallness in yourselves. It's just, you're so close to snapping at all times. That's called fragility. That's why you're so goddamn angry. For no reason. You don't really have a lot to say, or you don't really have real problems. You're mad that other people have problems and you're not getting enough attention, and I'm sorry for you.
Country our people deserve.
What you doing with that other hand, Lauren? What's that other hand doing? I've never seen somebody fist pump like this before outside of Donald. Trump. We're chanting Trump.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before.
I agree with that.
Thank you. God bless you. And
yeah, get fucked. I agree with that. It will be like nothing we've ever seen before. It's called fascism. It's never been in this country before on this level, and here it is. And never before have I seen people not wanting to engage with the president. That was nonsense. I can't believe we had to watch that. I can't believe that's our president. I don't know. What do we even say about that? That was bad. That was just really, really fucking bad and really fucking weird. None of that was good. This is a insane person running our country, and there's not a single person on this side of the aisle that has they're sitting there taking pictures of him with their camera. That's where this is at. They're just fans. They're just there to do what he says. Not a single person there.
Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. Great honor. Thank you very much. Thank you. Get this place going, all right? Thank you. It's a great honor. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
We'll have some stuff to talk about tomorrow. I guess we got shit to talk about. For those of you who joined on TikTok, it's good to see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning, hopefully. We got banned this morning. We'll get then unbanned, and we'll probably get banned again this morning. Tomorrow morning. I can't believe we made it. But if you haven't been seeing me, we're over here on YouTube and Twitch and maybe TikTok tomorrow morning, 9:30 to 1 Pacific Standard Time, wherever you might find us. If you haven't followed us over on YouTube and Twitch yet, please do. It's better over there. Just don't tell TikTok, but it's way better over there. You can say, you don't have to like change words. You can say real words. You don't get banned for saying certain words, so we can say them over there. The chat's better. The video's better. It's not laggy all the time. I hope to see you guys over there. And if not, I'll see you on TikTok. Take care of yourselves. Stay cute and cool, and have a great summer.